Whether or not you think Sonic 2 is the best Sonic game or not is irrelevant. Sonic 2 marks the point where Sega firmly cemented their dominance of the 16-bit era of gaming. Pushed by a massive $10 million marketing campaign and a synchronous worldwide release on November 21st, 1992, known as Sonic Tuesday, Sonic 2 had to deliver on an awful lot of hype, and it delivered it in spades, becoming the second best-selling Mega Drive game of all time, only being beaten out by the original Sonic the Hedgehog. However, the game's development was not a simple one. Sega Japan were actually quite complacent when it came to greenlighting a sequel, and a young Yuji Naka had actually left Sega after a dispute regarding his salary. Fortunately, Sega America were very keen to follow up on the original Sonic the Hedgehog, so a deal was brokered between Mark Cerny of Sega Technical Institute and Yuji Naka, and Naka was eventually flown out to California alongside designer Hirokazu Yasuhara to lead development on the game alongside STI. However, character designer Naoto Oshima stayed in Japan and led development of Sonic CD for the Mega CD at the same time STI were developing Sonic 2. Sonic 2 was in development for 9 months throughout 1992, with the goal to release for Christmas of that year and own the charts for what is a crucial release window in gaming. Sonic 2 basically delivers twice as much content as the original game. The most notable addition is that of Miles Prower, or Tails, who acts as a second playable character who can be controlled in cooperative play or the game's new 2-player mode. While the stages go from 3 acts to 2, there is a lot more of them, with 8 full stages being playable alongside Sky Chase Zone and Wing Fortress Zone. This is a huge increase in variety versus the game's original 6 stages. Not only that, but we also get 7 Chaos Emeralds instead of 6, and collecting them all via the game's special stages actually rewards the player with one of the most exciting additions to the game. Sonic can now power up and become Super Sonic, a sped up blonde version of the Hedgehog that is basically invincible as long as you can keep him satiated with rings, which will now slowly drain from your ring counter while he is in use. Sonic 2 is basically the turbocharged, content-rich follow-up to Sega's biggest game, and it was a massive success on its own right, and it didn't need to be bundled with the console to get Mega Drives to sell. However, despite going for the more is more approach to game design, there are some key differences that make the game more accessible. Stages are now a little bit more simplistic in their design, with less emphasis on exploration using Sonic's momentum. Momentum is actually the big loss when it comes to Sonic 2, because the game gives Sonic a new ability in the form of a spin dash. The spin dash lets Sonic charge up on the spot and then launch off in a huge burst of speed, negating any need to earn momentum using the game's environmental design. This is not to say the levels don't have any dynamism, but it is definitely reduced in Sonic 2. This certainly makes the game more accessible to new players, but it also removes a lot of the challenge in the process. The original Sonic the Hedgehog does a fantastic job of introducing players to environments and obstacles that force you to learn how to use its momentum and physics, and it certainly helps to have that knowledge going into Sonic 2. But it basically becomes irrelevant when you can just spin dash yourself to top speed at a moment's notice. This is not to say that Sonic 2 is a bad game by any means, but it definitely becomes more of a my first Sonic that helps new players get accustomed to how the franchise plays. It sort of makes the original Sonic the Hedgehog feel more like a follow-up to Sonic 2, and I'd probably recommend new players play the games in this order as a more comfy way to get used to playing classic Sonic. Regardless, Sonic 2 stands as a milestone in gaming history by delivering a whole lot more than its predecessor in such a small development period and elevating Sega to 16-bit dominance. It is an extremely important game that holds up really well and is definitely a more accessible alternative to the original game.